Hello, my name is Dominique Ponko. I am the owner of 4 yoga studios in Pittsburgh. I own Yoga Flow, and I want to tell you a little bit about my story. I'm 34 now. When I was 26 years old, I had a grand mal seizure out of nowhere, no history of it, and I woke up to paramedics standing over me, just asking me simple questions of what year was it, who's the president, and I had absolutely no idea. I felt like I was in another world, like somebody was playing a trick on me. And I refused to go in the ambulance, and my husband, they called him, and he picked me up and took me to the emergency room, and they did CT scans, MRIs, all these different things. And, you know, as you're sitting in an emergency room, not knowing what's going on, it's very scary. And then a doctor walked in the room, and he sat down, and he kind of looked at us, and you could tell by the look on his face something was up, and he just said, we found a lesion in your brain. We think it's a glioma, which is a brain tumor. It is not benign. It's a slow-growing brain tumor, and you know, there's many things you can do. The location that it's in is the left temporal lobe, which is right in my speech and memory. And so surgery was not an option unless it was absolutely necessary, because if they went in there, they would have to cut around the tumor, which would then be cutting into my memory and my speech, which could, you know, make me not be able to remember or talk, maybe even be, you know, completely out of it for the rest of my life. So they took me down to Pittsburgh. I saw every doctor on the face of the earth. We even went to the Cleveland Clinic. And they all said the same exact thing, so we kind of knew where do we start from there. But going back when I was in the hospital, they put me on medicine, and I don't even remember what the medicine was, but it did not work well with me. They sent me home, and I was like a zombie at home. My husband said he would come home, and the water would be running in the sink all day. I'd wash my hands and forget to turn off, and the refrigerator door would be left open. So we knew that this medicine wasn't for me, and so I took myself off the medicine against their, you know, best efforts. They wanted me to really stay on it, and so I started like a 3-year journey of a natural type of healing. I still had seizures, had grand mal seizures. They were bad, they were ugly, they were embarrassing, everything you can imagine, public, weddings. It was absolutely a nightmare, but I was really determined on healing from the inside out, not even really knowing what that meant, not even knowing what direction, but a lot of wonderful people came into my life to help direct me. But it was truly a spiritual healing. I did all kinds of physical things to heal, but you really have to heal from the inside in order to have any physical healing going on. And so for 3 years I didn't drive. I didn't work. I had a massage business where I went to people's homes. I couldn't work. My husband just started a commission job. We were in debt just from, you know, trying to pay the bills, and it was very scary and unknown, and just didn't know what was going to happen. But, you know, for 3 years I worked on myself healing, and finally I had one time a very horrible seizure, which usually they lasted 3 minutes and then took me 20 minutes to come back out of some foggy state. And I guess this one lasted a really long time and was really ugly, and I woke up to my husband crying, holding me, saying, I didn't think you were coming back out of that one. So just the look on his face and what I put him through for 3 years of just, you know, horrible, horrible things, of just seeing me in that state, and money, and we were just living a tough life, that I said, I'll go on medicine. So I found a medicine that